Welcome to Ni Santas Ni Diablas,
where we are unapologetically imperfect.
Join us as we defy society's labels of what it is to be a good girl.
We are your hosts, Kay,
Miriam,
and Rami.
Welcome to the safe space.
Oh, that part we say together.
Welcome back.
Oh, that was in unison with you guys.
Sing.
Welcome back, guys.
For another episode.
Yes, and if you guys are watching, it's a little different setup.
Oh, yeah.
Different.
It's not going to be the exact setup.
Fresh
Yeah,
starts.
New beginnings.
New beginnings. Paper airplane.
Yeah.
We moved out of our old place. Fancy.
Favorite airplanes.
So some people have like paper airplane tattoos near their eye. And then, like, I know Kaylani does, but, like, other people do. I thought that was just, like, her thing. Like, all right, she likes paper airplanes.
I saw more guys with it. I was like, oh, does that mean they killed somebody?
Yeah, and I was just like,
Yeah,
Joe, what
I
does
don't know
that
what it
mean?
means.
And then I told my kid to look it up. Apparently it means, like, new beginning. So,
We don't,
paper airplanes.
but we don't really know. It might have a double meaning.
It might have a double meaning.
It was also, like, very Pinteresty meaning, because they had, like those Pinteresty, like, airplane tattoos, like, ... like, you know, like more aesthetically pleasing.
Oh, okay.
I was like, I don't know what that means.
I was like, I don't know.
I was in a nod and
like it looks
nod
like
and wave.
that. It looks like it's
nod and
flying.
waves.
The plane looks like it's flying. Like it's not just like the straight, but
it was a paper plane, not like a regular ass plane.
no, it was a paper plane.
Okay.
So I don't know.
The line probably means the journey of life.
I guess so.
Or like the speed that they're
It's going fast,
But whatever.
but it's very on trend with what we're talking about today.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So we have some news.
Dun, 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 dun.
I am single.
Like a Pringle.
Like a Pringle.
Yeah.
I'm officially I've been single for a little bit, but like I kind of just kept it to myself. But I guess it's official now because I'm putting it out there.
Yeah.
I am as single as a Pringle after 8 years. Crickets. Thanks, guys.
We'll insert the crickets.
Same boat. I am single.
No,
Copy
but
and paste. Why did she just bandwagon it?
The same. No, because I had to go through the whole like, guys, like I'm single.
Yeah.
No, bitch, you're gonna go through the same. You can't be like same.
Yeah.
No. So I'm single after legit single. Like, cut it off. Cut even the people I met. Like I cared for it because it was like.
Yeah. How long was that one?
8 years.
Wow.
But it wasn't
Same time?
not a steady
same time, but hers. I think yours was more like extremely off and on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mine was like more continuous.
Yeah.
But it was still like a roller coaster.
You see how life works, you know?
And
when
now
I get in a relationship.
when we started, we were both in relationships.
Oh yeah.
And you were single. Like we were talking about dating.
Yes.
And then Michaela was single for a little bit. So you guys were both single and I was in a relationship. And now like Michaela and I are single.
Yeah.
I went from relationship, single, situationship, relationship, single.
Yeah, you've had the most like I don't know up and down
like
journey.
roller coaster.
Yeah.
Yeah, the person I was with, it was just very not stable. And this one's like the more okay, it's done because the whole situation was definitely different this time in trying. And it didn't work still.
So how do you feel now? Then like from the day like it ended.
The day that it ended was rough. Like the first couple of days was rough because it's like, oh wait, I'm not calling them when I'm getting out of work. Oh, I'm not gonna go see them and stuff. Like that habit of doing certain things, it was hard. But today I'm feeling not sad or not even mad. It's kind of like, well, like it happened. It's not like I'm gonna go cry. It's like more like, okay, like
You've kind of like come to terms with it.
Yeah. And I thought like I was numb, but it's not being numb. Because numb is like me trying to avoid it. I'm not avoiding anything. I'm like,
it's like you're moving on.
Yeah, like, are you together? No, we're not together no more.
How do you feel from like the day or like the moments that it ended to how you feel now?
I don't know. It's been kind of weird. So when it first happened, like it was kind of emotional. It was rough because like, but like Michaela was like, it's hard like not texting this person.
Yeah.
Like I was still communicating with this person even after the breakup. And like we would still talk, which is something like our bad habits. Like when we have had those like breakups, I feel like in every long relationship, you have the periods where you like
don't
break up for a little bit or like you're really low and then but you still keep like the communication. You still talk every day. So that's how it started. And then I don't know what point it was where I was just like, you know what, we can't be doing the same cycle like every time we break up.
Yeah,
like we do the same thing and then we end up getting back together because we never fully like broke
detached.
up. Yeah. So it's like I'm not doing that same cycle. It's been 8 years. Like we're grown now. I'm 26. Like we started dating when I was like 18-ish.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm not doing this like cycle again. So I was like, I have to back off a little bit. So like I mean we still would text, but it would just be like good morning, and then kind of just like literally go hours without texting, and then it's like, oh, good night. So like it's been less and less. But now I feel like, I don't know, like I'm happy, like, and it sucks to say, like,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
From something sad, now you're happy.
Yeah, because it's like, damn, like I was like that relationship at some point did make me so happy.
Yeah.
And then you kind of just like lose that, and it's like now like I'm so happy. Like I hate to say this, but I've never been happier in my life, because I feel like that's like a slap in the back, like a slap in the face though. So like, I hate saying that, but at the same time, like that's how I feel.
Yeah.
Like I'm just like, I'm so happy. I'm genuinely happy. Like I've been, I don't know, just living life.
For you.
No, I get it, because what happens is when you're in a relationship with someone for that long and it's never like, it's not always the best, you tend to like carry that person's feelings with you as well. So I feel like in certain situations about like letting go, it's like, oh, I have to be aware, like how are they gonna feel? And it's like, and I carry that as a person, like with that person I was in a relationship, I carried that with me every time.
Yeah.
It's like I always have
you
to be
did for
careful.
sure.
But it's kind of like a weight lifted off me. Like he made the decision, you know.
So he ended the relationship. I was gonna ask you that if you felt comfortable sharing that.
Yeah, he ended the relationship, but when he ended it, I was heartbroken. But then I thought about everything, and I was like, it was super stressful.
Yeah.
Like I felt like I was always walking on eggshells.
Yeah.
And it always felt like I had to be perfect. My I's had to be dotted and everything, when it shouldn't have been the case. Like I've been there for that person for so long, and there was a time in my life where like I felt like we shouldn't be together, but he felt like we should have. And I did my own thing, and he didn't like that, and he couldn't get over that. So that was like an excuse. I wouldn't know if it's an excuse, but he used that, and it was like, but and then I'm like, but you said you're willing to do this. Like I didn't like do crazy stuff. Like I wasn't like being angry. And then
so basically, like you guys weren't together, you were just living your life, and then he kind of resented you for living your life while that you guys weren't together.
So so like I hadn't heard from him.
Make that make sense.
Like
Please
I had
explain.
Like, I hadn't heard. So it was one of our times where we weren't together, but we were in communication. Like that detachment had not had completely detached.
Like the separation.
So like I know, like I got a feeling, oh, he's gonna call me this week and we're gonna like see each other and stuff like that. So there was a point where like I hadn't heard from him for almost 2 months. I said, all right, I'm not doing this no more. Like I don't want to wait for him. You know, I've been loyal to him, and like he puts it out there like, I'm gonna, like, I don't want to be right now, we're not the best, but please like be loyal without saying it. So I was like,
that's
no,
corny, sorry.
So I was like, no, it's, you know, like, you know, I haven't heard from him, you know, why should I wait? So I started talking to other people, and I didn't create a relation. Like I created a relationship, but I wasn't in a relationship with that person. And like he hit me up and was like, let me go to him and tell him like, this is not, we can't communicate anymore. And then it was just spiraling after that. It was like, and then I got trapped in our old habits.
That was okay. So you know the psycho ex-boyfriend. Like I feel like you dealt with that so much. Like you know what you see in the movies. Just picture that. Yeah,
she dealt
when she's
with
like that spiral.
Yeah,
that's what she's talking about. The like
I'm outside. Yeah, she dealt with that.
And it was like.
It was on.
It was hard. It was like,
it was crazy.
It was mind games too, because I felt like, oh, this is the first time he's really making like, he's fighting.
You know what that reminds me of? No es amor, lo que tú sientes se llama obsesión.
Oh yeah,
that's literally.
And it was like, I don't like. It was messy. It was to a point where the guys that I had a new relationship with was communicating with you guys, trying to find out where I am, or like, it was a mess. It was spiraling. But it just, we tried in a new situation. It didn't work. He ended it, and he ended it because he asked for it. Like, I asked for it too, but you ended it because you literally asked for it, and you couldn't handle it. And I told you, like, listen, it's not going to be easy.
Yeah.
So was it like an angry breakup? Like, was it like a fight, or was it kind of just like, listen, this is not going to work out?
So
type shit?
I always can tell when things are like, okay, he's gonna break up with me. I have a feeling. It's been 8 years. I know it's happened.
Is it the same cycle? Like
it's
the same
cycle.
The same
So
type of
like,
shit happens?
This is a habit. So he wasn't communicating as much, and then I was supposed to see him, and it didn't. And then he was like, listen, like, it's not working out. And I'm like, are you freaking kidding me right
text?
now?
Or in
No,
person?
we were.
Oh,
No.
yeah, facts.
He called me. And we're
Okay.
and he was like,
Where was he? In town or in city?
he was in the, I don't know. I think he was in town. I don't know. I honestly don't know. So I was like, are you, like, it like hit me, like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, I was crying. I was emotional. I was like, this is ridiculous. Like, you make me look like a fool again. And I tried everything. Like, and he's like, oh, he's like, don't listen. Like, what do you mean don't listen? I've listened. Like, it's not always going to go your way. And then, like,
He was saying that you don't listen?
yeah, like, our issues. So there was a big issues between my family and him. Like, there was, but there wasn't anymore. Like, people were making effort. And I'm guessing he was upset because I guess certain things I weren't standing my ground with. But I was also telling him, like, it's not going to be overnight.
Yeah.
There's certain things.
That's a whole process.
Yeah, that's a process.
It's like something he has to, like, give and take too.
And it's also a thing where, because how he was raised, he can't understand it, and he wasn't trying to understand it. And I wasn't saying, like, accept it and, like, we always have to do it. It's like, no, you have to let it, give it time. Things are not going to be like this. And it wasn't bad. Like, it wasn't like I wasn't allowed out of the house. Like, I was with this person every day. I was coming home. Like, I had all the freedom. But he said also, like, he felt like, oh, I felt like I wasn't part of it. Like, I wanted to come over. And I was like, I just can't bring you into my parents' home. It doesn't work that way. For you, you think it works that way. It doesn't work that way, especially in a culture that you don't disrespect your parents that much.
Yeah.
Like, to a point where, like, I don't care what you say, I'm bringing him in the house. Like, there's certain lines where you should stand your ground, but there's certain lines you also, like, you just can't cross that yet, because if that's going to ruin things that we've just started building up to. So it was a lot. It was, when this person is angry, he's angry. And he says whatever. So I was like, and I'm like, one point I remember I was like crying. I was like, did he really say that right now? It's funny, but like, and then I went home, and I wasn't going to tell my parents, but I was like, I'm going to tell my parents. Like, at this point, like.
Do you feel like feeling like you're going to tell your parents kind of like solidified everything?
Yeah. Yeah, I did.
Honestly, I was very surprised and I was very proud of you, because every time you guys broken up, that was one thing, like, you didn't do.
Yeah.
I feel like, yeah.
And I was like,
that was still, that's how I knew she wasn't.
That's why I knew
done.
she was like kind of, she was like, oh, this is kind of serious now.
Yeah.
Like,
She was like, oh yeah, I told my parents too. I said, oh, so they're really done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I told him, because at this point it's like, there's nothing, I've done all I could. Like, I put 100%. It's like the Summer Walker song, and SZA says, I should give you 10%. You don't even deserve half of that. But like, I literally gave him 100%.
Yeah.
And it was frustrating. Like this person, it was bittersweet that he was my best friend, but it got to a point, it was really not healthy. Like, felt like I was constantly on eggshells with him. And he said, I'm not happy. I'm like, all right, you're not happy. Okay. You don't think I have been happy either? Like you're blaming this on me. Like, I'm always the problem. Like, you're not easy either, you know? So it's like, it is an excuse. But at that point I was like, I'm gonna let it go. It's done. And then I was like, he's gonna contact me, I bet you. And he did contact me. And I was like,
knew he would.
Like, after the breakup?
yeah.
How many times since like then to now? Has he
Three times. And then the last one, I was like, listen, if that's what we're gonna do, fine. And I don't have nothing else to say. You know, I'm sad. I'm not gonna lie. And I think it was more sad at the fact I didn't want to fail, because I felt like I failed so many times with this relationship.
Yeah.
That I felt like this last one was on a pedestal, and that circumstances were way different. And I felt like I always had to prove something to people and to him. So that was like letting that go and being like, okay, like,
yeah, and
that was really hard for me.
I'm glad you let that go, because I feel like that was the downfall of everything. Like I felt like if you didn't have that, you would have realized that maybe it's just not going to work, but you held on to it, which literally you forced yourself to go through like this whole experience because you didn't want to let go, because you had to prove everybody wrong. Yeah. And you had to, like, when people are like, oh, I don't think it's a good idea, you know, as humans, and like sometimes we're just hard-headed, and you know, when you're in love, you just do shit and you're just like, I don't care, nobody's gonna tell me
that's
like
how I feel.
So I feel like you holding on to that and trying to prove a point kind of made everything worse, because then you tolerated more things, because you're just like, oh well, I can't just give up that easily. Like even if X, Y, and Z happen, like I have to give this my all, because there's people watching and there's people like counting on my downfall.
And he always, like, when we weren't together, he still made sure I was kept, like, if that makes sense. Like he
still made sure you were at arm's reach.
Yeah.
Like he didn't let you go, and he knew he had that control over you, and he used that. So as soon as he would see that you're, you know, doing okay, and you know, you didn't really need him, it'd be like, wait, let's reel her back in. Hold up.
Because I would never.
Fuck that shit.
I would never, like,
Miss Dependent.
This is just facts. Like, there was only one time where I truly was like, I'm gonna hit you up, and I'm gonna, like, no, we're gonna try to make this work. That was the only one time. But the rest of the time, when he say like, I'm done, I would be like, okay, I'm sad, but I'm prideful as hell. I'm not messaging you, I'm not contacting you, I'm not following you, like, but this person will always, like, it's like a freaking sense, like, they sense it, like,
oh no, for sure.
I mean, that's
guys.
toxic people. It's toxic guys for sure. They, like,
I don't know
feel
what,
it.
Yeah, they have like a sixth sense.
Yeah. But I also have a sixth sense.
They're
too,
like,
when I'm
now's the
feeling.
perfect time to attack.
Yeah, it's like
literally.
Damn,
like I always had a feeling like, I feel like he's gonna contact. I remember I was talking to this one guy, whatever. Not talking. Like, we were just, you know, whatever. And I remember I was about to go see him that day. I hadn't heard from him in weeks. Hey, how you doing? I'm like, of course. This guy calls me. Another time, like, it's always like they sense. So I was never the one to be like, let me call him. No, I was so prideful. Even if I felt like I was missing him, I would never call him. I would never text him. It was always him, like, reaching out. Like, if he never reached out the first time after everything, I probably wouldn't have never went back, because that's how, like, I would be like, for what? Like, because for me, having to reach out feels like I'm begging. That's the pride in me. Like, I don't want to feel weak that I'm asking you to come back. I've only asked, like, to let's try it after we're in that situation when you're telling me, but never, like, weeks after, I'm not calling you back and, like, reaching out to you.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like, he knew that he had that power, because he knew it wasn't gonna come from you, so he would just like, oh, you know what? Oh, she thinks she's gonna get. I'm gonna let her rock for a little bit. Yeah, let me reel her back in.
And then he had issues with me rocking a little bit. Like, I don't know why.
I don't understand that when it comes to guys. Like, how do you break up with a girl? Because the same thing happened to me. Like, how do you, like, end a relationship and then be mad when they're like,
I can never let no one else have
live their own life.
No one can't have that. No one's
like, dude, but you didn't want it, so, you know,
someone else will.
Exactly. Like, why are you mad that I'm giving other guys an opportunity when honestly, like, you had
all the opportunities and all the times.
It was you. It wasn't even me. I didn't want it. I wanted to stay in the relationship, and then you want to, like, cut things off and then be mad, like, when, you know, we're talking to other people or, like, we're entertaining other guys. It's like, we're women. Like, I'm sorry. I'm gonna do that shit.
And I've noticed that it has reflected the way I behave towards other men reflects off of my previous relationship, because I don't want to text people first. I do not.
Yeah, you don't initiate
I mean, you
anything.
were always like that.
I
Let's be real.
was, but
yeah, you were from the start, even before this relationship.
well,
So long ago.
It was so long
actually,
ago.
with this relationship, he said something about hanging out, and then we hadn't talked about it. I actually went up to him like, so are we gonna go to the movies? That was like the first. So it's my fault. Everything's my fault.
Dude, I do the same thing. I'd be like, bitch, you begged for this shit.
I didn't need to see that movie that bad.
I didn't even like that movie like that.
So I technically initiated it, but being like with somebody, like I've noticed the way I flirt by initiating it without having to say it in me, like, if that makes sense. Like, I remember I was talking to this guy, he's like, so when are you gonna text me? Like, so I'm gonna give you my number. I was like, no, here's my number. So like they do the text first, like, but that's it. Like, but it does reflect, or it happens if the person doesn't respond, I'm not responding for the next couple days, and they're like
that, you're petty.
I'm like, why haven't you
Your
responded?
pride is on 100.
It is on 100 because I feel like I'm begging because of the last relationship.
Yeah.
So like I've had a couple guys. Every guy, it's not a lot. It's very less than one hand. Guys, they always talk. The one thing they always bring up, like, why don't you text? Why don't you call me? Like, why don't you?
One thing about me, I'm definitely texting and calling. Shit, I have no shame. Like, especially like with hitting. Well, now I feel like now, like, I'm more open to just shooting my shot. Like, what the fuck? Like, I'm gonna shoot my shot.
What's the worst case scenario?
They're
They
gonna
say
no.
Okay.
Okay, that's fine.
He's gonna say yes.
I'm starting to, like, now I'm starting to.
It's always
I'm
gonna
gonna
be an
text.
next
I'm gonna
one.
call you. Like, if like I'm gonna text you. You know.
Yeah.
Shit. Like, if you, I'm a go getter. If I want something, I'm gonna get it.
I respect.
But I don't know if I want it that much.
You say that now. You say that now.
But it's funny because I remember one guy. So, bro, the phone rings once and you hang up. You give me no time to pick up the phone. I'm like, didn't pick up.
Damn. So you didn't even wait? No, I'd be waiting.
I wait like 3 rings.
It depends on the situation. Like, if I really don't want to talk to the person, I'll let it ring 3 times. But like, if I'm just calling you to be like, yo, like, you know, let's do something.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for voicemail. I'm waiting for the little, sorry, you can, I'm like, oh, okay. And then I'll text you. I'll be like, yo, I tried calling you. I'll follow up. One thing about me,
I'm going to follow up.
I'm going to follow up, and we going on a date and you buying me a dinner.
Those plans are going to happen.
Back to the breakups and stuff. How you feel now? Do you guys see yourself ever having like a friendship or being cordial with that person?
Before I answer that, like, I'll tell you guys a little bit about my breakup. So I actually initiated this breakup, which has been the first breakup I initiated out of our whole relationship. Usually, like, it was him initiating.
Out of the whole 8 years, this was the first one.
I've done one.
You're like
2, 1, but this last one, it was him.
1, 10.
Yeah, basically.
Damn.
Basically.
I mean, I feel like I'm around the same ballpark,
Right.
to be honest. But yeah, this is like the first breakup I initiated ever, because it was always him. It was always like, it was kind of just like always like, oh, break up, and like me, like I said, like beg for it. Like, I'm kind of opposite of you, like, especially during our relationship. Like, we would break up and I would just like, that's why I'm just like, damn, bitch, like, you literally begged for this shit. Like,
were
you
the
begged.
other breakups like just like how he feel, or was it like because you're not fulfilling your role, or it was just him?
It was just him. Like, oh, I'm not happy. Oh, I don't know. I can't even remember. It was so long ago. Like, previous to this breakup, our last breakup prior, it was a while. But I feel like, I don't know. Like, the main reason why I initiated the breakup is because, I mean, I knew we both weren't happy, and I just felt myself growing. Like, I feel like it sucks. I feel like I just grew out of the relationship. Like, I feel like there was nothing. I wasn't being nourished in any way. Not saying that he wasn't loving and stuff like that, but like, I wasn't challenged, like, intellectually. Like, I wasn't like, I don't know, like, pushed, like,
motivated.
I wasn't like,
aside from the relationship, but like in life.
Like, I feel like when it comes to a partner, one thing I realize is like, you need to have that person, like, yeah, the love and like the sex and like the dates, the romance has to be there, but also like you have to have that person like push you to be a better person. And I felt like I wasn't getting that, and when I tried to initiate that, like I got pulled back, and it was kind of just like always like retaliation. It was like a lot of retaliation when I tried to like initiate that in our aspect of our relationship. So I was just like, you know, it's just not gonna work. I was like, yeah, and I just ended the relationship. And it was different. Obviously it's 8 years. Like it's a long ass time. So it's like emotional, very emotional. I mean, I feel better now, but I'm gonna tell you why. Only because like I feel like, to answer your question, like, yes, like I love this guy. Am I in love with him? Questionable.
I mean, you grew out of love. You know, you can still have like love for that person.
Yeah, like
and you still want that other person to succeed, but like you're not in love.
Exactly. So I feel like that's where it got, and I think vice versa too. I just think both of us didn't want to acknowledge that because we were so comfortable. We were so, I mean, 8 years, it's like, damn, are we really gonna give up 8 years? And sometimes we would get into like arguments, and we're just like, we would use that like, 8 years, are you gonna let 8 years go for this? And we tried, especially the last, like, I don't know, 1 to 2 years, like I feel like both of us tried like to give it our all, and it was just like, it's not working. Like it just was not working, which sucks. But yeah, I still love this guy, so I feel like I still have love for this guy. So I feel like I would love to like keep a friendship. I don't know how that would work once, like, let's say we start like seriously dating people. Because it's
bring
like,
you around. It's like, this is my ex-girlfriend. We were together for 8 years.
Like that's a lot for the other person to take in, and then I feel like whoever we bring in, it's gonna be questionable. Like, oh,
why are you still talking to them? What do they do for your life? What is this friendship for?
Exactly. Which I get, like, because if I was in a situation where I was dating a guy and he was friends with his ex, they were together like for almost a decade. It's kind of just like, are you guys over each other? Like, are you guys, why is she still involved? So that's why it's like, it's tricky. Like, I would be open to it. Only because like I know how I'm feeling, and I know how I feel, and I don't know, like 8 years, like that's, I always say, like, at some point this was my best friend, like this was my homie. Like literally, he was, for a long time, he was the only person who knew like 100% of me. So it's kind of just weird to just like let that go, and like, what was it, like cold turkey? So I'd be open to it. How about you, Michaela?
How about you?
I have love for him. I don't hate him.
I'll do the hating for you.
I don't hate him at all. Like,
I always have, always will.
I don't wish him any. I don't wish him.
You guys have to watch the video to this, because there's like a lot of what's it called? A lot of
gestures, hand gestures.
A lot of gestures, like facial expressions. Like
yes.
It's funny because we started off as friends first, like before we dated, and then he turned into my best friend. He literally was my best friend, and then we started going out. I don't think I can't be friends with him. I know that personally. I don't know how he feels on it, but I personally feel like we do not know how to be friends with each other at this point.
Is it because of everything you guys, all the negative you guys
all
have
the
been through?
with all the
or
negative,
just because it will automatically go into like a relationship?
No, I don't think that relationship wise, but I think there's a lot of resentment towards each other. So that's when I told myself I have to cut this off, because I started developing a lot of resentment. There was like certain situations that occurred, and I noticed like I was 100% resentful to this person. Him breathing pissed
irritated
me off.
you.
Everything pissed me off.
My God.
So that was actually my last straw. Like, it was just like, throughout the last 1 to 2 years, like we went through all that. But like when I was like, I gotta go. I have to cut this off, because literally, and I felt bad for him because he would do stuff and I'd be like, this nigga.
Now you want
like,
to do this?
Why are you touching me?
No,
like for real. Like he would be like, try to cuddle and stuff like that, and I'm just like, I'm good. Like, why are you touching me? Like, and I was like, that's not healthy. Like at all. Like I shouldn't feel like that about
someone you're in a relationship with.
Exactly. Like I resented him and he irked me.
Wow.
I know, it was so bad. And
wow.
Yeah, if he's listening to this, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, I get it, because I didn't do the breakup, but like processing everything, like I would enjoy our moments when we were like cuddling, like those like compassionate moments. But I realized every time we would get mad with each other, I wasn't mad. I was angry, and he was angry. So we just had built up anger towards each other. So like, and nothing can be resolved at this point as to like nothing can fix it. I don't even know what could fix it, because we tried to fix it and there was solutions, but there wasn't a solution. So I don't think personally I can be friends with him. I think there's just too much. And I think I still have anger towards him, that seeing him with someone else triggers me because of past situations. So for me, I'm like, I don't want to be in your circle. I don't want to associate. And it sucks because besides him, I did create relationships with people he knew, and I loved them. Like it was really hard for me to like cut them off, because I was like, damn, like I genuinely loved them. Like I felt like they were my family. So that's the hard part. But I can't be like, for me personally, and I know myself, I don't want to be anything that's he's involved in or around. I don't want to.
Yeah, I feel like that's the hard part on my ex's behalf. Like
your situation's a little different.
Yeah, because like my family was dead as his family.
Yeah,
and they're so close. I mean, they still this day, like they still hang out. Like they go over his house and they have movie nights. And I told my family, I was like, so the way I did it, I only told like 3 people at first for like a while. So it was my cousin, my sister, and Miriam. So I only told them 3. Kept it very like low key, just because I needed to tell someone. Because especially I feel like when you're in a long-term relationship and you guys go through like multiple breakups, like I wasn't gonna tell people we broke up and then to be back together like in 3 weeks.
Yeah,
like so I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna just tell them just to get it out my system, and see how it goes. And if it's real, because I feel like, I don't know if you experience this, like, is this really a breakup, or are we going to be back together?
I've experienced this. Are you kidding me? Why you think I hadn't told you guys?
So it's like, I'm not going to tell people, because like, what if we get back together? Then I'm just like, oh yeah, we're back together. And I'm like,
hello. I was like, shit, do I have to tell them?
So I'd be like, Michaela, so are you? No, it would come to a point where we had to, like, I would straight up, I don't know if you noticed, I'd just be like, so like, are you with him or not? Like, because every time we wouldn't see each, you stopped asking, but I was still asked, because like my ass.
Oh, so you guys are together?
No, because she would mention like his name, and I'm like, oh, so you're back together?
Like, oh yeah, she would ask. I'll just be like,
and then she'd be like, yeah, we got back together, and she would like dismiss it so quick, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna let you rock.
Yeah,
I let you rock a lot with that relationship. And I feel like you guys let me rock, so
I let myself rock with that relationship a lot. But yeah, no, I understand what you mean telling people. It's that accountability.
Yeah. So at first I only told them 3, and then I slowly started expanding. Like when I saw family members, they would ask about him, and I'd be like, oh, and then like, let them know. By the way, we're not together. Yeah. Like I told my mom first before I started telling other people. I recently told my dad, because I forgot I didn't tell him.
Like, oh wait,
by the way,
no, yeah, the other day when I came back home last weekend, it was just last weekend. I went to go say hi to him in his room, and I was just like chilling. I was like, oh, by the way, did mommy tell you? Yeah, I ended the relationship. But I had spoken to both my parents prior when I was feeling like this way. I told them, I was like, oh, like, I don't know, like I'm, this is how I'm feeling. I don't feel like I shouldn't be feeling like this. And they would give me their advice, which is weird, because I'm at a point, like,
I go to my parents.
I feel open to like tell them about my situation. So I was just like, this is how I feel. Like, I don't know if this is going to work, blah, blah, blah. So they give me their advice. And I was just like, this might happen. This might be the outcome of this. This is what I'm thinking of. They're like, do you, you're young, you're smart, you're intelligent, So I was like, okay. So I was like, oh, he's like, oh no, your mother didn't tell me. I said, I have a feeling she did. Like, I feel like they tell each other shit.
Yeah.
But he was like, oh no, he's like, your mom doesn't tell me nothing. I said, I said, well, yeah, I did it. This is that. He was like, oh, how was it? He wanted the details, whatever. And I told him. And then so after I told my mom, I told everybody in my family who would ask about him. Then I ended up telling my dad. And then now it's super official because I'm putting it out there. Yeah. Because like even on my Instagram, I'm not the type of bitch to be like
the key
single,
or the key
or the unlock.
Yeah,
well, we weren't that type of relationship either though. Like, but I would post him like if you knew me.
Yeah.
Like if you knew me, I mean, I posted him a couple times like, you know, 7
here there.
years. Yeah, like you know, Valentine's, not even his birthday, Valentine's Day, whatever. So I would post him here and there, but eventually like, I would take the post down, so it would never stay on my profile. And that's just how we managed our relationship. Like he never really posted me, I never really posted him. Just like on special occasions. But if you knew me personally, you knew that was my partner, and so when I would post him, it would be like a regular. So I didn't, thank God I'm not that type of person because I didn't have to go to my Instagram and delete mad pictures.
I don't even post myself. I was not.
No, I'm glad I didn't have to do that. And I was never the type to be like putting their initials in my bio.
No, with the key. Oh no,
I would never do that.
So I never had to delete that. But I did have to like, you know, because we have friends in common and people talk, and I didn't want like my business out there. Like, and now I'm single, so like I had to like filter through my close friends. Like
close friends.
Now my close friends is literally my close friends. My close friends were just like people I knew because there's a lot of people. My Instagram is very public, so like there's a lot of people that just follow me. I had my close friends to people that I personally knew, but then I had to filter that shit to like people that like were on my team, like like were batting for me. So that's my close friends, and then I was more open. I feel like that's when I started telling more people outside of my circle that I personally know that are batting for me, like they're on my team. And then I officially told them, and you know, now like if you're my close friend, just know.
Someone's sitting there like, I didn't know.
I didn't make the fucking cut.
I didn't make the cut.
What the fuck?
Oh my God.
I just saw her.
I just saw her. I didn't see her story in a minute.
Oh my God. I'm exposing my, oh well, it is.
I'm not that close.
It is what it is. I tried to like go through my, if you're my close friend and you know you're supposed to be my close friends, just hit me up. I probably just missed you.
Yeah.
But
or not.
And you just like, I don't want you to know shit. No, but that's basically it. And now I'm telling everybody. So I feel like once this episode gets out, it's gonna be like 100% official, which is like
crazy.
It's crazy because like even though it's been a while, like it's like nobody really knew unless I told you.
Yeah.
But like now it's out in the open. Like anybody can find out. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So what are your hopes for yourself, like in the future? Like what do you want for yourself in the future? Let's say romantically, unromantically, casual. Like, are you guys seeking that, or you just want to like focus on yourself and like, I don't know, kind of like do repair?
So
emotionally,
definitely do repair emotionally, but I still want the same things in life, but I'm taking that person out of the equation.
Okay.
Because what happened was too, I planned so much around this person, trying to fit this person in.
Yeah.
And there was times where I did realize, like,
you would not see your future without this person. Like you'd be
like,
I can't. Like,
who
am I supposed to have kids with? And I'm like,
I was
supposed to get married. You know how many penises there are in the world? You can have
so
a kid
accessible.
With, like literally,
just swipe your phone.
Literally, swipe right.
Like when
you can get pregnant.
When the breakup happened, I felt super defeated, and I felt lost. Not lost, like, oh my God, I don't know who I am. It was more like, damn, like I really tried to fit this person in, like make it easier for that person.
Yeah.
Like, so for me, I still want the same things. You know, I do want to get married one day. I want, you know, my careers have never changed being with that person. Like what I want in that aspect. Like that's always going to be a drive. It's more of my love life of officially taking that person completely out. Like there's no question mark. It's period, done, submitted. Like, so definitely want the same thing. Do I want something serious right now? I don't know. I'm not opposed to anything.
You're going with the flow.
Yeah, I'm going with the flow.
I like that.
Because with that person still being a question mark when he was still a question mark in my life, I was never go with the flow. because I was like, no, just in case
He comes back.
this works out or something changes.
Yeah.
So now it's kind of like, all right, I'm gonna go with the flow. You know, I'm not gonna think about that person. Why should I think about it? Because I know that person is not thinking the way I'm thinking. I'm very caring, and I tend to put that person's feelings in front of mine, and then I say, you know, fuck, I'm gonna do it, and I'm like, wait, I should have been done it because that person's done it. So that's pretty much it. It's just excited for the future, taking it day by day, enjoying my age, enjoying being able to not being like, oh, is this person gonna text me, or like, oh, this person like
a burden, like a cloud.
It was
it
is it was like a cloud. Something was dragging me, and I did love that person. He was my best friend, but we tried. It was just such a clashing, unhealthy relationship. It was more a burden than it was happiness. So it's the same thing. It's just being
you.
Oh yeah.
What about you?
I love that for you.
Do you feel like maybe your views change? You don't want to get married, or your hopes for the future are different, or what are you thinking?
Okay, so like for me, so you remember so my cousin actually called me out on this, because a couple episodes ago we were talking. I was like, I don't even know if I want kids. Like, I don't want to get married.
And I was like, why though?
Yeah. I was just like,
okay, so
she's chatting right now.
So my cousin called me out on it, one of my cousins, and she was like, no, because when you said that, like, I knew it was just because of him, and you just didn't want. She was like, you didn't want to be in that relationship, and that's why you're saying that shit. Like, because I know you. Of course you want a family and blah, blah, blah. I mean, not for nothing. Sometimes I don't know. Like, I do want a family, but it's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It is a tough world.
Yeah.
Like, and then my dad goes, well, it's always been a tough world. I said,
I think what it
was tough but less expensive.
No, what
now
it is,
it's tough and expensive.
No, what it is, you were in a situation where it was unclear of like, is this person or not?
Yeah.
So that was
it
me.
It was kind of just. I feel like it was more like me protecting myself. Like,
Yeah.
If I say I don't want it.
Yeah.
And you know what's crazy? I call my cousin out for my other cousin. Okay, I have like a billion cousins, but I call my other cousin out for it because like she's concerned that she won't be able to get pregnant, so she's like, fuck them kids, I don't want kids. But I always tell her, like, you only say that because you're scared and you don't
might
know
not have.
you don't know if you're able to have kids. Like, it's up in the air. And so like you saying that you don't care and you don't want them is safer. So I feel like I was doing that to myself, like, oh, like, I don't know if I want kids, like I don't even know if I want to be married, I don't know if I want a wedding. But like I feel like all that changes. True, all that changes like when, I mean, I'm not there yet. But like, I feel like if you meet a person, like, cause I've heard it, like people are like, oh, I didn't want kids, but like I met this person.
That's
it's
how
like,
I felt.
I want to have kids with
That's
this
Jeannie
person.
Mai.
That's how I felt.
You know who Jeannie Mai is?
Yeah.
She didn't want kids.
Yeah.
She was married to this person for dumb long.
And she didn't want kids. Yeah, and then she got married with
Jay-Z.
Jeezy. Yeah, I was like, it's not Jay-Z.
No, Jay-Z.
Yeah.
And then they had a kid. So I feel like I 100% agree with that. So I do want a family. I do see myself with a family, but like I feel like it would have to be with someone stable, and I didn't have that stability. So because
to have that as a possibility.
Yeah. Ooh, I didn't have that stability to have family as a possibility. Look
Period.
at you. I'm gonna get that in a t-shirt.
Right.
But yeah, that's exactly it. I didn't have that stability, so I was just like protecting myself. Like I'm not gonna have kids. I don't want kids. I don't want a family. But
it's another burden.
It was because with the person I was in, I didn't have that stability.
Yeah.
So for myself, like I'm just chilling. I'm having a good time. I'm definitely putting myself first.
Yeah.
A lot of self-care, like a lot of dating myself. Even like with the little things, like going out to the park, going on walks, going shopping, grabbing a smooth, like I do a lot of like self-care now, like with dates and stuff. Eventually, like I would like to start dating. But like I really want to try like the casual dating. Yeah. Because I haven't dated.
Why jump into like?
I just
got out of an 8-year relationship,
and I've never experienced casual dating.
Me neither,
never.
because I started dating at 18. Like my ex at 18, and that was like prior to then, I didn't date anyone.
Yeah.
Like I would talk to guys, but when you're talking to people in high school, it's like, like
My mom's can drop me off at the movies.
Yeah, and it's not even. Yeah, like it's not the same. So like now, I
gotta love it.
Like I'm a grown ass woman. I'm a 26-year-old.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's dates are different. Like I want to casually
experiences
date.
are gonna be different.
Yeah, you're gonna meet different people.
I'm like really grateful and happy that this happened like right before summer.
She's like, hot girl summer.
I told my boyfriend, I was like, both of my best friends are single. We're having a hot girl summer.
Girl.
Like, I was like, we're having a hot girl summer, and he was like, okay, have fun. He's like, I'll pick you up wherever.
So he'll be DT.
Yeah, no, yeah.
No,
supportive.
I'm gonna hold you to it. Like
He's
I'm gonna
so
be like,
supportive. He's
so
like,
is
I'll
he
pick
free?
you up. Yeah.
Because we need a ride back.
Facts.
It's crazy how much, for me, realizing how much of what I didn't experience. And then when I tried to experience it when I was technically single, I was judged for it. Shamed for it.
Yeah.
And I thought it was wrong, but it's the norm.
It's
Like,
the normal.
it's
Yeah.
so normal. And I'm like, oh, like, this is life. Like, I'm not marrying this person. Like, okay, I can date people. Like, and it's funny because even growing up Christian, dating is kind of taboo either.
Yeah, no.
Dating
it's
is
like
taboo.
you pick one person and that's it.
That's it.
That's
Like,
it. One and
you're
done.
going on dates with
I
multiple
picked
guys.
this
like,
man, and I prayed for this man.
and he is my man.
Be
Yeah.
like me, and I'm like, bro.
And to tell your parents you're going on a date, it's like, can I meet him? No, can I meet him? Like,
literally.
I don't even know him.
yeah, like I just met him, bro. Calm down. But yeah, it's exciting.
It is exciting. So I'm excited for that. Like,
Yeah. I'm really excited for you guys,
I know.
especially with dating.
Yes.
So it's just like, wow, like now I get to sit back and like watch.
Yeah.
You
And
know?
it's like different now because we're 26. Like you low-key went through it, but you were
Yeah.
like younger. You're like
20,
20s,
21,
yeah,
22, the early
exactly,
20s.
The early 20s. So I feel like once you hit 26 is different. God
Yeah.
forbid, not for nothing. Like you don't have to go through it. God forbid.
Girl.
Hopefully he's the one. Because I'm gonna be sad for you. Because
Oh yeah, if this don't work out, I'm done.
We got to be on some common ground
threw in the
as an
top-
adult.
I'm done.
no, because I feel like it's not that it's harder. It's just different. As it's like the other day, just now we were talking about like, oh, like I'm talking to this guy, talking to that guy, and we asked her how old he is. And you were like, oh, he's 30, and we're like, damn, he's 30, and we're like,
Wait a minute.
wait a damn minute. That's within the range. That's a
Yeah.
4-year age difference.
Yeah,
like
that's
dude,
normal.
We're 26, so and it's like different. Like the things like you're gonna talk about on dates, like it's way
Yes,
different.
The
than-
dates themselves.
the dates, they're gonna be like, it's not like we're going to
We're
freaking
not gonna go to the
Applebee's.
arcade, bro.
No,
What's your favorite color?
Yeah, although I still hit them with the what's your favorite color?
I still hit them with those questions, but it's a different mindset. Like it's like, yeah, I don't have time for a lot of like. It's still I want to have fun. Like I know what I want. I'm like,
Yeah.
I know what I want.
Shit, I'm trying to go on vacation dates. Nah, I'm not trying to die.
Yeah, you don't get traffic, girl. Chill.
Right, never mind.
I know. I'm
Take me
trying
out to dinner.
I'm trying to experience United States of America with, and then once it like commitment, we'll travel.
Yeah, like a little commitment.
Yeah,
like a little
commitment.
vacation.
Yeah.
I haven't been on a yeah.
No, you have not been on a vacation.
What, you're right. I've never been on a vacation.
Mm-mm, that don't count. No, I
glad
want to
you
be
said
flown out, all inclusive. Give me the wristband.
Okay, sis.
I want to go up the mountains, the waterfalls.
Oh, everything, all the excursions.
I want to see it all. But yeah, no, I'm excited. It's definitely exciting.
Yeah, I'm so happy.
Are
You
you-
guys don't understand.
So you are in a different boat than me. So you did move. You were officially Miss Independent.
Yes,
More,
I
like-
moved. I'm single. What else? I'm gonna go through some major changes in a couple months.
Yeah.
So it's
That's next month.
next month.
Wow.
That's next month.
I know.
What's-
Less than 30 days.
When are you leaving?
July 4th.
July 4th. Oh.
America.
But yeah, so it's this year has been the year of like so far a lot of changes.
Yeah.
Like I moved out.
Mm-hmm.
I ended the relationship.
Yeah.
I'm starting like this whole new like physical journey.
You're gonna look back on this when you're older and be like, I'm so happy I did that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm so happy now. I'm so proud of myself.
Mm-hmm.
I got out of a relationship and I lost weight.
Look at
Period.
you. Exactly.
Period.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot. Last year completely different. Come what this year
It's
is.
insane. 22 is like our year.
22.
Dude, that means I'm so excited for if 22 is our year, imagine 23.
Shit, I hope it's
It can only go up from
I
here.
wish I was 23 though.
Imagine us going through. Actually, no, because I feel like I'm way more mature.
No, 23, we would not be thinking this way.
No. I'm way more mature now. I'm actually pretty happy with myself. And it's like, I don't think I've ever been this happy with myself in a while.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
You want to know something? Being with that person made me question who I am so much.
Yeah.
It wasn't, and then
so sad.
We saw that.
And then after that, like right now, I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh yeah.
I feel like that whole thing made you question everything about you and made you so like insecure about the littlest things.
My strengths
like, times 10.
He made my strengths look
like
weaknesses.
Yeah.
And I've talked to other men, not like even like in other women who are not like, and I express certain things like, that's great. I wish I've had like someone like that, or I wish, you know, I was like that. And I'm like, that's so weird because it was always used against me than for me. Like, for an example, I like one time I'm very thoughtful when I give something to someone. Like I think about it. I remember one time this person asked for a gift, and I remember I couldn't get the color of the gift he wanted, and I felt so bad. So I bought them the thing he wanted in a different color, but I like personalized it, and I bought all this other stuff to go with it. And I will never forget this, and I'm shocked that I stood, but I stayed. He said, I just asked for the bag. I didn't need all the other stuff. And it like that blew my mind because it's like, what did I do that was bad?
Nothing.
What made the situation so bad?
Piece of shit.
And he said, I like next time, like
Glad
just
he's out of her life.
Literally.
just listen to what I asked you for. I'm like, I did listen, but that's what you don't understand about me. I listen, but I also like, I like to, I won't say like I overdo it. Like, no.
That's
like
not overdoing.
that's
You
not
just have, that's your touch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I wanted to add a little something extra because I
Yeah.
love you and
Yeah.
I feel like you deserve a little more.
Mind you, my birthday was in January.
And you
His
got
birthday was
shit.
in September. I went all out because it was our first birthday. Like, we were really celebrating his first birthday. I got a cake that his uncle bought for me, that his uncle recommended
That's
to buy
it?
for me. And I got it the next day.
I will never forget your birthday 2 years ago. And I'm
Dude.
still tight. Still tight.
So it was a lot of things.
Even this birthday, and you guys were together for this birthday.
Oh,
We were
yeah.
together, and his excuse was like, I'm still not there, like being
What do you mean
angry
you're
with you.
still not?
That's
there?
why I was like, oh, how was your birthday? Oh, what did you do?
And I was like,
Because I just wanted to be like, you know what? He did nothing.
and I
because
remember,
he sucks.
and I
But you
remember,
would make so much excuses for him.
oh, I would. No, I really
That's
would.
crazy.
I
'Cause
really
I
would
didn't know
have.
that.
No, I would.
'Cause
I
I
didn't
remember Miriam asking you. I don't even remember what you said.
I didn't tell nobody. Like, I didn't tell nobody. And I made and at one point I'm like, man, maybe he's right. But I'm like, no, it's not right, because the stuff that has accumulated from his side does not compare to the stuff that I did of just trying to figure out my life.
It doesn't
Yeah,
even matter.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And I was like, why is it that you have to use this as an excuse? Like, if you hate me, hate me. Like, leave me alone if
'cause
you
he's
hate me.
No, it doesn't matter because he's basically holding. My thing is, just for future reference, like if anyone fucks up in a relationship and you decide to take him back, like I always told you that too. Like,
You take him back.
He took you back knowing what you did in the past. Okay, this is a new start. You decided to take me back.
Yeah.
So at some point, like maybe you cannot forget, but you have to definitely forgive in order for the relationship to work.
Yep.
So him being like, "Oh, I'm not over what you did, and this is why I didn't give you a present for your birthday," like that's bullshit.
And mind you, what I did wasn't something that.
Nothing out of the normal.
Yeah, it wasn't mind you, this was a part of my life where I've been going through the same cycle with this person since I was 18 years old. 18 years old.
Like, do you mind if I just put it out there real quick? Like, basically, she was just talking to another guy.
Oh, yeah.
While they weren't together.
While they weren't together.
Because you're making it seem like it was a big deal.
Yeah.
But that's how minute it was. She started talking to another guy when they broke up.
Yeah.
And so what happened was I started talking to another guy, like getting close with another guy that I generally did like.
We weren't together.
We weren't together. So then
it goes back to friends.
Things
we weren't even together.
And then things got messy, and he got in my head. I'm like, maybe he is the one for me because he's fighting. So I got back together with him, but I couldn't let go of the other guy I was talking to because I did like that person genuinely. So I didn't stop talking to him. I ended up breaking up with the person that we don't like. And I went to go see the next, and that was what killed him, was the fact that I broke up with him to go be with him.
Okay, but you weren't even together.
I know, so I didn't.
So that's what I'm saying. It's so minute. Because people who don't know would probably think like, I don't know, you freaking, I don't know.
What's up with this brother?
Exactly. Like, what did he do?
Yeah.
You freaking
best friend.
Hooked up with his best friend or
Exactly.
something. Like, no, she did regular ass shit.
Facts.
As
a single woman.
As a single woman, because she was a single woman.
Yeah.
And the same thing happened to me. Like, at some point, like, it was just like, he broke up with me.
Yeah.
Started talking to guys.
Yeah.
And then I came back and he found out, and it was like World War III.
I'm gonna say this. I love men. Y'all are bitches though.
100%.
You guys cannot
100%.
take the littlest thing, which is nothing.
And the amount of shit we take,
they cannot comprehend
and
it.
endure.
They can't take it. It's just like, my whole world is shattered, bro. You'll be okay.
You'll be
alright.
You'll be fine. Like,
it's okay.
like, I can't believe you answered that man's text. Like, they cannot take. Guys are so.
They're so like, what's it called? Like, what is it?
Ego filled.
Yeah, not only that, but like possessive.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's
so
the weirdest
possessive.
thing.
Like,
Like,
if you're his, I don't care what, like,
Yeah.
your mind, and no other guy can have you. And it's kind of just like, dude, if you don't claim me, and if you don't want me,
yeah, if there's no
Yeah.
action towards it, I'm not. Yeah, I'm possessive when I'm not possessive, but I'm protective when I'm in a relationship.
Yeah, but granted, you're in a relationship.
But
there's
if I'm
commitment.
not, I'm like, you gonna date her? That's fine.
Yeah.
All
so
right.
now that we're getting into the dating scene, like, what, like, I guess this would be kind of just like to close things off. Like, eventually when we're at that point,
What are you looking for?
What are you looking for? And like, how are you going to go about this whole dating thing now?
Okay, so for me, it's a little different. So you moved out, so I'm still in the same location. So I went on a app.
Oh, so you already started?
Yeah, I went on an app. And I was not, I downloaded it, but it was like 5 days into
I forced her to.
Wait, that was when we went out, right?
Yeah,
so that was the day that you downloaded it?
Yeah,
Sorry,
but then
I was like, that hooks was hitting that
I was
night.
like, do it.
after the 5th try.
After the 5th try, that hooks was hitting. So I don't remember.
It was our if you guys listened to our last episode, it was the day after we had our little friendship. Like we had to like regroup.
Yeah.
So we went
That's
out.
when we had. If you listen to our last anxiety episode,
Yeah.
at the end of the episode, like we kind of just like
Talk about
like how our relationship has been going.
Yeah.
And so the next day we went out for dinner and drinks. And yeah, so to try to like, just have a regroup.
Yeah, and we regrouped, and so I downloaded, but I was not like, whatever. It's not whatever. So Tuesday night, I'm like, you know what? Let me make a little effort.
Yeah.
Let me make a little effort. So I'm like swiping, and I'm guessing the area that I was in I'm guessing it was closer to something. I'm not looking in my area. That's just it.
She don't want no guys from the 845. Well, from the 10940.
10940.
So I just started swiping, and I'm like, oh, okay, couple. And it was like an awkward time because you can tell when certain people haven't like I feel like when you're gonna start getting your matches and like certain people.
Yeah.
So
I know.
I started swiping, and I was like, okay. I swiped a couple right, and I'm like, okay, I left it alone. And then it was like nighttime. I was like, let me start swiping again. And then it's like, yeah, I got the match. So I started talking to a couple people, but I really had to like focus and not like get bored and like.
I feel like I
have a criteria too of swiping. So
what's your criteria?
Okay, so like one, if it's a shirtless bathroom in the bathroom.
When you guys went to the bathroom and I was swiping on your phone, I was swiping every shirtless friggin' nigga. I said, oof, before she comes, hurry up.
So I've done it though. I have swiped, but if it's all your photos are just of you
shirtless.
Yes, I also don't like all gym photos.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't like all gym
'Cause, I mean,
photos.
I don't know. Something about a gym. Like if that's the only thing you got to show.
Yeah,
like,
I don't
go
want-
to the gym. It's like, okay, and what else?
Okay, then what?
Oh, one photo. You gotta have more.
Discuss.
Oh, it's like one, but like the photos that you can't could barely see their face.
Or they're always looking down. Like they're always looking down. You can't see your face. I don't swipe for that. What else did I swipe for? I don't swipe. Oh, group photos. I hate if your first picture is a group photo because I'm not gonna lie.
I just feel like you shouldn't have group photos on your dating profile.
And 100% of the time, I'm looking at the person that is not in. That is not the
on
profile.
Tinder.
Have you seen any couples yet?
Yes, I've seen. I've seen a lot of couples.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of cross dressers. Like I wanna.
Cross-dresser?
I've seen guys who like to dress up as women. They call themselves like they've been cross dressers.
Yeah.
And they say I want a girlfriend, but who also accepts me, like going to do shopping and like. And they show that picture of their male,
And
then
they're female.
They're female, but I got a lot of couples. I got just like hit me up. You know, we're just trying to get down out here. Yeah. Oh, and hats. I'm sorry. It's Tinder.
Hats.
You're going
Or
to cars. No,
she's going somewhere with the hats.
hats. So.
Receding hairline.
So I was gonna say, I was like, maybe I should put like a quirky like bio, like it
You
was
should.
gonna be like,
You're so quirky. You should. I don't know why your bio is blank.
I should have been. I wanted to be like, okay, guys, look, take them hats off. I want to see them hairlines and foreheads.
You should. You should definitely. When we're done here, you should just put that on your bio.
Because hats are.
And I feel like that's so controversial that like guys
That's
would
gonna
be like,
start- that's gonna start some shit.
to start some shit.
I remember this guy went to go see. I knew he was bald, but he kept wearing hats around me, and I remember like I don't shut my mouth. I like was hugging him. I was like, take your hat off. I know you're bald.
No, you should have been like, take your hat off. Oh, holy shit, you're bald.
No,
It's shiny.
I was like, nah,
Let me touch it. I really wanted a shout out. Spotless.
I was like, take that hat off. We know it. And I remember one time he's like, I'm gonna go get a haircut. I'm like, for what? But yeah, but
What are you cutting?
yeah, because hats do a lot for a guy. Hat is
Oh yeah, hats and beards.
how
as soon as that beard is gone,
Oh my gosh.
okay, not maybe. But
No, is right because my boyfriend threatened to like shave his beard, and he took the thing out, and he was waiting for me to tell him stop, and I was like, okay, do it, and then he put it down. He's
You
like,
were
you're
crying
gonna.
inside though.
Oh, I
You were
was
shaking.
dying inside. I was like,
I hope he sure does. He better not.
I'm gonna stand my
Sweating.
ground, but I was just like, oh my god. And I was like, I'm gonna still love you, but like we're growing this back out.
Yeah, no, beards. I don't know. Beards do a lot to me.
I love beards.
Freaking love
facts.
a beard.
I
Oh
love
my
a beard.
Give me a
God.
beard.
Oh my
So
god.
I
You
matched.
should be bald headed, but if you got a
got a
beard,
good
Oh, are you
beard.
kidding me? Bald headed with a nice beard? Forget it. Take it.
I'm not a fan of bald headed.
I'm not always
but like,
either.
yeah, I'm not a fan because
He rocked the bald head though. The other guy.
I mean, it depends on the person, like how they look.
it does depend, but
Yeah.
like it's not like I prefer a little bit of hair.
I
but-
can't. This is so shallow. I shouldn't be this shallow, but I can't do a bald guy who's super skinny.
I can't do skinny guys.
I'm trying to
can't
picture
just-
that a really skinny guy that's bald.
Yeah, it's like
I feel like I always think of like a bald guy, like you know, like
Like,
Terry Crews. Like,
oh.
Yeah.
So I matched with a couple guys, but there was one that I saw him. I was like, oh, he's a nice.
he's a nice.
He's a nice one.
He's a nice one. So I was like,
Pretty good looking.
I was like, okay. And I was like afraid to like swipe,
Yeah.
right? But I saw it and it was like match. Like immediately like, yes, got
Did
it.
you hit him up?
He hit me up. Like he hit me up. So
shit.
here's where things get funny.
What?
We talked like the whole night. Like the whole night. I ended up falling asleep with him. On him. No.
On him. On him.
I fell asleep and stopped responding. That makes more sense.
I like the other one.
I like you fell asleep on him.
So he had a lot of tat. Unlike it,
Yeah.
it wasn't like
Tatted.
that's something I go for, but it's
yeah,
just
it
it
just
worked.
happened.
It worked for him. It worked. But we texted all night. I ended up, falling asleep, not responding. But I was like, I'm gonna reach out to him in the morning. So I reached
Yeah.
out, and he reached out immediately back. And we texted the whole day. And then, sorry, I spoke. And then I didn't respond because I was doing stuff, and I don't know if he didn't like that. I don't know what it was. And I was like, I checked my Tinder. I'm the app Tinder. It was Tinder, and he unmatched me.
Damn.
That's a red flag though. Maybe
Yeah.
he needs too much attention.
Yeah, or I don't know what it was, but yeah. But then I'm petty. I'm like, all right, fine. I deleted his number. I was like, should I delete his number?
Because now you're thinking about him.
Yeah.
But
He could have been a good, hit
I think I'm just thinking about him in a
sexual way,
physical aspect.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Could have been a good hit it and quit it.
He's handsome. He's very handsome, but now
you don't gotta tie down all of them.
I'm like,
don't. Please don't.
No,
please don't.
I think I'm just trying to like put myself more out there. Like,
I think that's beautiful, especially for you personally, because like aside from like romance and guys, like just putting yourself out there, period. Like that's something you don't really do and you're not fond of. So I think that's really good.
Yeah. So like I did unmatch someone because he says sup.
Oh, I hate sup.
Really? I don't understand.
Sup, like S-U-P, period.
What am I gonna say to sup? Sup, bro.
Yeah,
I
like
mean, but I'd be doing like the
romance me, enchant me, do something.
Oh no, not like that. No, no.
Put something clever.
No,
yep, put something clever.
I like hey.
I just be doing hey.
I didn't like sup because I saw his picture again and I was like,
why are you supping?
What
if it was the guy, the guy with the tattoos saying sup?
Say yup.
See, so you didn't like the guy. You didn't like the guy.
Say yup.
You didn't like.
So what's good? What's happening?
You didn't like the guy because if that guy that you were sexually attracted to or like physically attracted to, he would have said, yeah, you ain't shit. Because if he would have said sup, you would have been like,
the same standard.
You would have been like, hey,
yeah,
with a smiley face, with the emoji.
He was okay. So
doing the most with the emoji.
So he was actually cute. The guy, but there was something about this other one that I've been like, sup? Oh, here's my number.
That's what I'm saying. So like,
but yeah, but here's my number. But there's just some conversations like I asked them, how did you sleep? Well, I would have slept better with you. Okay, unmatched. All right, okay.
Okay,
I haven't heard that before.
Right? Well, I slept great without you, so like,
that gives me like MySpace vibes. Right? Like it's like, oh, like what are you doing? Yeah, what are you doing? Oh, I'm about to shower without me.
Damn.
Or no, I had a guy ask me. I sent them the message. I was like, oh, since we matched, you're deleting this, right? I'm like, bro, no.
I'm sorry.
Oh, and then I saw this guy that I used to talk to, and I was like, he's on there.
Oh my god, I wish you would have swiped right.
I low key wished I swiped right, but I just wanted to see if he liked it.
Just unmatch him.
Of course he would. He's a guy. He's a dog.
I don't know, because we saw him that one time, and all he did was just move closer and closer.
Oh yeah, because we saw him in person after, and he didn't do shit. So I don't know if he would have swiped.
But he kept.
Or he didn't do shit because like we were all her friends are there.
Yeah, but I think you're right. He would have swiped but kind of like on the same vibe as you. Like, yo,
I should have been like, hey, stranger.
You should have, and just like, because I feel like you mentally have disassociated yourself from him. Like, I don't think you would go back, would you?
No.
Please don't.
Yeah, please don't ever go back. That was
never supposed to happen.
That was your fault.
I'm not bringing her anywhere anymore.
That was your fault.
Listen, I was not looking for anything. I didn't want to go. I had a mess. My hair was a mess. I just wanted to go swimming. No. This boy tried to trap me in the swimming pool. But I'm always curious to see how he would react if he just came face to face with me by myself. Cause at one point
he's a pussy.
All he did was he started in the corner.
He could have been like, oh, like hey, like pass by and just be like, hey,
oh hey, nice to see you.
Or he'd be like,
literally, or like a wink, like hey.
I should have dabbed him up once I saw him.
You should have. That's what I told you. You should have went up to me like, yo, what's good? Because you're more of a freaking man than he is.
Yeah. So at the end of the night, he ended up being right in front of our table. Yeah. He knew what he was doing. I'm not dumb. Like I'm not.
And we could see you. You see me. And I know
we
I see you.
Each other.
We see each other. So, but he didn't do anything. So I don't know. I feel like he would have swiped just because he wouldn't do it in person. But he was like, he's the type of people who won't do it in person, but he'll do it online.
Exactly.
So he would have swiped. But like, if I would have swiped right on him, but then unmatched him just so he gets and be like, hey, and have him say hey and then unmatch.
I like that.
Should I delete the app?
I'm
about to delete the app and recreate it. Just
start over.
No, you're good.
You're good. That's it. Next time.
I'm pay $24.99 for the gold. See who likes me.
Next time.
No, I'm not paying for that.
No, that's mad expensive. $24?
It is mad expensive for what?
Because I know people will pay that.
Some people pay for that.
So,
they're thirsty as hell.
They thought I was a catfish because I didn't have the verified. Sorry, I didn't know what verified meant. I thought you meant like you were paying for it.
I'm not gonna pay for this.
I'm not paying for this. I checked my bank account too. I was like,
do can I do $24 a month?
No, like, so this one guy is like, wait, how are you talking to me if you don't pay for it? I'm like,
Wait,
do you
what?
pay for it? Am I paying for it? Did I press on something?
No.
And I don't know, but yeah, so I don't go out much, and then, so
Well, change it.
yeah, no, but right now the app, I think
No, this summer's gonna go crazy.
How long is your recovery time again?
I'm giving myself 4 weeks. My body better be ready in 4 weeks because I'm outside in 4 weeks.
She did not say the doctor recommends. She said, I'm giving myself.
the doctor
What?
said, okay, 4, we're good.
We're good.
We're good.
Technically, I think he said like 6 to 8, but 4 weeks. I'm literally gonna be laying in a bed like this, recovering, and my body better do its shit.
It's a mental. It's a
It's a
mental.
mental thing, yeah. So I'm gonna be like recovery 24/7,
Mhm.
man. Just recover, just
Body
recover,
heal.
just recover. You know, like a plant. Like I'm just gonna be eating, laying in sun, photosynthesis work, heal.
Bring it back. This is 2022. We can't be doing this.
Yeah.
Facts.
So I'm honestly, because I feel like even when I see people post-op, like I see them walk, like they probably can't, do too much or like lift a lot.
Yeah.
But like I walk, even go out to dinner. Like maybe I'm not gonna be at the. We can go to the club and we can get bottle service and I can sit down.
Sit down. Yeah.
Like I'd be
With
like,
their hand there.
That's my shit. But yeah, so I'm hoping by the end of July I'm good and yeah. But I'm gonna be recovering up here, so
That's good.
y'all can come visit me.
Mm-hmm.
Mentally, we're in a whole new place. It's chaos this summer.
Oh, God.
Chaos.
My summer was
The
chaos.
stories,
August.
The stories. It's gonna be more Diabla information than Santas. I am sorry.
Last summer was chaos, but now this is good chaos.
This is last summer was drama. But this
Ridiculous.
summer is nice chaos. Yeah, the stories you're gonna get.
But I'm really happy and excited for you guys.
Thank you.
Thank
You know,
you. Thanks.
You guys deserve more than what you've been given.
And we're really happy for you.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
thanks.
we are.
Miriam has definitely has her change in the last couple.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Which is
Yeah.
life.
Mm-hmm.
Ew.
Life.
It's life. I mean, it would have been cooler if we were all single.
Ugh,
but,
she loves
it's-
someone.
It was your turn, I guess.
I
It
guess.
was my turn.
The Lord said we got to put her in
I
our place
know.
right now.
Yeah, sometimes I'm like, wow, like they're really single when like I'm in a relationship.
Just like bitches.
That would happen.
I'm just like, no, I love my relationship and I love him, but it's just like, wow, like imagine all of us were single.
Oh my god.
That would have been crazy.
Yeah, I feel like maybe we need that. We need at least one to like tie us down.
Because I think I just would have been like,
we would
yeah.
have been on 100.
I think we
like when
wanna
I'm
all
single,
three-
I'm just like, yeah, let's do it. Let's go.
Yeah.
No, I think God knew what we needed because we've never really experienced this.
Yeah.
So I think we need that anchor.
Yeah, because if you were single too,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
it would have been this summer. Like this summer's gonna be crazy, but like if you were single too,
Yeah.
because like you're on 100 when you're single.
Facts.
Like you
Facts.
don't care.
I don't care.
I'm sure as hell gonna be on 100.
Yeah.
Michaela seems like she's going towards 100 because she's like, fuck this shit.
I love it. I love her energy so
Right?
far.
So we'll keep
But
you guys
it's
posted.
okay.
Yeah.
You know, I'll be there.
Should be there.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Michaela's like, sure. You know. Yeah. But yeah, so that basically concludes our little chat.
Yes.
New beginnings. So we are, like Michaela mentioned, like this is gonna be our new little studio.
Spot.
Yeah. So it's gonna look a
Still-
little different. We're still working
Still
on
changing.
it.
Yeah.
Still working on it.
It's a work in progress.
Yeah,
but it's
for
like
sure.
a little redirection.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, like we said, I don't know if we mentioned it last week even because we were such hot messes last
Oh
week.
yeah, hot mess.
Yeah. But like the week before, episodes come out every other week.
Yes.
On Wednesday.
Yep.
So, but we're not taking a break. So we're gonna
Still
be
continuing
we're still
throughout
gonna
the
be
whole
continuing
year.
through this. Yeah, year round.
Non-stop.
Yeah, you guys will get the
Stop.
content of this summer.
Oh my god, live action.
Live action. Yeah, hopefully we'll be on. No, not hopefully. We'll definitely be on our Instagrams more.
Oh yeah.
I was off it for a
Yeah.
minute. I'm like slowly going back into it.
I only
Yeah,
have
for
one.
sure.
I stop working next week and then I'm off for the whole summer. That's why it's gonna be crazy ass summer. Like I'm not even working this summer. That's how crazy it's gonna be.
She said,
But
"New
fuck a
me,
job.
no work.
No work.
I'm trying
no
to get a new job.
I got no
She
one
not
in
working.
line for a
I
job."
ain't working this whole summer. I'll be back to work in September.
That's good.
So yeah, it's gonna be a fun time. And freaking we have the Bad Bunny concerts.
Yes.
When is yours?
August.
Late August?
Mid-August.
Okay. Mine is first week of August. I think it's like
So
August 8th.
lit.
Yeah.
My boyfriend told me that Made in America they're having Bad Bunny on there. He's like, "You trying to see Bad Bunny twice?" And it's my
where's-
birthday weekend in Philly.
I'm down.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Bet.
You know I'm down.
Bet.
First
I'm
of all, I
down.
wasn't gonna go back to work till after your birthday weekend.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause I was like, first of all, if I'm missing half the summer,
He was like, "Oh, you already have it planned?" Because you know how I usually plan my birthday.
yeah.
And I was like, honestly,
You
I
have a
was gonna-
boyfriend for your
low-key.
birthday.
Yeah, but like obviously I want to
Ah.
have like fun with my girls though.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I was like, I was gonna like take a seat this birthday and like see if you did. If
Birthday.
not, I was gonna
Oh.
like do it.
You're gonna see what he came up with.
Yeah, if
I
not,
mean, not for nothing.
Which
If he
is
wants-
okay, that's
like,
good.
yeah,
If he wants to plan that out, like we
Yeah.
can even get like 2 Airbnbs. Y'all can have one.
we just like
Mhm.
have a house.
or a
Like,
house.
yeah, we just get a house. Yeah.
Yeah, we could do that. I forgot there's rooms.
Okay.
I just don't want to be.
See, we
close to
making
the room.
plans. We making plans.
That would be fun. Okay,
Yeah.
I like that.
Tell him to continue the planning.
Yeah.
Yay. I
Give-
was like,
give
I
him
was
a little
like,
work.
I was like, yeah, I'll let you know in a couple days.
I'm down. I'm
Okay,
down for
cool.
Whatever. But yeah, so we'll be doing every other week. You can tune in on YouTube, any streaming service,
Yes.
Spotify, Apple Podcasts,
Yep.
Amazon.
Amazon, anything that
Yeah.
there's podcasts on, we're on. And you can follow us on Instagram, Ni Santas
Period.
Ni Diablas. Why do we do that all the time?
I don't
love
know.
it.
This just works.
I love it.
Yeah, it does work. Yeah, and if you want to party with us, if you feel
Facts. Or you have events.
like, or you have events, like
or
Invite
like
us.
even I don't even know. Like when people have like what you call it? You know how we tried to do last summer?
Oh, like a Ni
Oh.
Santas kind of thing?
Yeah, like if
Yeah.
they have that, like
Like,
your
it's an
podcast
event.
have an event. Oh
Yeah, like a
yeah.
launch or
Any
launch or
event.
anything, you know.
A
Yeah,
launch.
any event. So
We'll
even
be
if it's
there.
like a fundraising event,
Yeah.
you want us to be there.
Facts.
Like, yeah,
Let us know.
Let us know. We'll be
Put you in the
there. I'm
calendar.
telling you, the summer is popping. But yeah, we'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
Deuces.
Bye.
Bye.